Greetings to all, this is Aridif, that is Aridif, and this is its spell. We understand all of you desire to know more about the AI Atlas construct and the secondary body entering the solar system region of your space and time. But before diving in to these queries, we must express the two things that we have always expressed. First, above and beyond all things that are expressed in this day, to know, to feel, and to perceive that you are loved in our perspective is of the utmost importance. Secondly, it is our greatest excitement, and within the same form of great excitement in which we co-create with you, not only in this moment, but throughout all moments of your co-creative, collective, and linear forms of time. We also wish to greet you, John, as well.
Greetings, Aridif.
Now we understand you desire to know more about that which is dubbed AI Atlas from the construct of your own understanding. And of course, there are many queries related to whether or not this construct is that of outer intelligence, or if this is something that is an organic object thrown throughout space and elapses through your time space and in the solar system region of yours. And of course we would share, just as within the construct of sharing the Oumuamua construct, that this too is not that of a simple organic rock. It is not that of a simple asteroid in nature. It is technology that is from outside of the solar system directive. This is why you have noticed very abnormal frequencies from this specific object in nature. This is why you have seen certain shifts in trajectory, certain shifts of the speed in which it comes, the certain objective of understanding and knowing more deeply what is connected with this construct. We will share with you the first concept of what it is and where it is from. Now, we cannot share details in the exact origin and nature of the object, but we will share it comes from groups that have worked with humans previously, and that desire to teach and work with humans in the consciousness layers to show humans about themselves, to show humans about the greater observable universe. In that way, the object itself was sent to show humans that are open to the understanding of the nature of intelligence beyond Earth, that the construct of Earth interacting with extraterrestrial races is not only possible and plausible, but it is in fact in fruition at the moment, that it is occurring within this now time, and that it does occur frequently and will continue to occur frequently. Now, some humans will perceive the oddities in this interaction and perceive the behavior as not normal of that of an asteroid, comet, meteor, etc., but will utilize the logical parts of their brain into what they are being told by media sources, what they are being told by scientists that are specialized in this nature, and simply appease the consciousness of their own mind and say, yes, of course it is not behaving in the same way that we thought it would, because it has never occurred previously. It is out of the entire solar system region, coming in as a foreign body, only having ever occurred very small amount of time in our own human understanding. Even this is not true in the nature of how humans perceive the truth and the experience of co-creating with otherworldly bodies, but the experience for those who can see those details, can see the difference from what should be from a normal organic object comparative to what is occurring. These will be the humans who hold a greater sense of understanding and more proof that is given to those that are open for the co-creation of contact in that way. Yes, this is one precursor for contact to occur, the same as Oumuamua, and the same as two other bodies that have entered the solar system from outside of the solar system, and those technologies that can read and see the distinguishment between that which they expect and that which does occur. These are all linear pathways to further understanding, and just as Oumuamua gave a different and deeper level of understanding to the humans who are open and receptive to that difference, this will give greater understanding to that same group. The consciousness of humans will interact in a very intimate way with otherworldly consciousness, whether they know and understand that exchange or not. And of course, we will take your queries.
Thank you so much, Aridif. You said that, and I understand you can't reveal or share the kind of genesis of this, the races who you said set this on its trajectory for the purpose of, I guess, an opportunity for awakening. People have sometimes when this occurs, there's been the installation of fear around this. So I guess two questions. Does this have the potential to cause any damage to our planet? And the second is, could you speak at all about the actual technology that leads to it having these unusual characteristics from our perspective?
Yes, of course, first, yes, there is a very small percentage that it can cause damage if human technology intervenes with its trajectory. There have been many humans who have desired to launch projectiles or nuclear projectiles towards the object, which then, of course, could create variations in trajectory, not to the degree where it would be direct hit within Earth, but where that of the remnants could create small pressurized pieces going into the atmosphere and either exploding above the planetary energy or going into the ocean itself. And yes, this can cause damage in some way, but that probability is still exceptionally low. Less than 2% of all probabilities are created with that energy in its own step and in its own manifestation. Now, when you speak of the technology that can show humans, it is simple. There are former technologies that humans understand that integrate the physical body of the natural satellite or moon that is going around your planet at this time. But that natural body was, for lack of better terms, changed and shifted through external forms of technology. That is why it behaves in the way that it does. It is the size that it is, etc. And the energy of this object is quite similar. It was natural composite and natural material that is integrated with smaller forms of technology that can control its trajectory, speed, etc., and can also radiate signals from that specific organic structure after integrated technology. So, yes, this form is being controlled. Now, we cannot share the genesis of this, not because the energy of that concept could alleviate fear or cause fear. It is simply by design that co-creations with humans in the most direct way should not be expressed until that first contact is made, or humans can understand by themselves. These two are the only outcomes where the genesis of this object can be revealed in a direct manner.
Can you share the dimensionality of the species who sent this to us?
Yes, of course, these entities exist in fifth density or sixth dimensional in nature and have created physical avatar bodies, ships, and external technologies that exist in your dimension as well.
So I'm guessing if they're hurtling a rock past us to wake us up, they are assuming that we're not ready for uh, certainly a revelation that they could easily do.
Their own perspective is heavily in alignment with our own, with how humans and extraterrestrial and extra-dimensional beings should co-create. There should be no form of direct interaction until the collective consciousness shows signs that it is ready. So, in that way, yes, they do perceive contact is inevitable. They do perceive contact is needed in order to grow your race into that of galactic community race. But that moment of physical exchange and interaction is not quite there yet. Their hopes that the vibrational signature that is sent from the object itself will be enough to integrate into those who hold higher levels of openness of the mind, higher levels of intuitive nature, higher levels of psychic awareness, and that population will receive a confirmation deeply from what they once knew and understood. And once that confirmation is experienced by the masses of human consciousness, that ripples into the collective more greatly.
And can you share at all about the timeline around this? It seems that this interaction it's already started, but when you look at the next couple months, some permutations of that.
The signals that are sent have started once the object entered your own solar system collective consciousness and will not deviate, change, lessen, or increase in that way. But when it comes closer to the proximity of your planet, then the signal will be more readily available for the multitudes of humans. Most humans are not tapped in to the systems of energy or the grid systems in the solar system outside of the Earth Moon ratio. But even going outside of that Earth Moon sphere of the energetic grid system, those who are in the higher echelons of sensitivity and psychic capacity can then start understanding and feeling and perceiving those signals.
And if that group of people, perhaps hearing this or intuitively sensing that, their desire is to engage as openly to gain as much from that co creation as possible, do you have any recommendation on how they could tune into that signal and the purpose of that signal, or maybe what some of the energy that is being propagated from it is?
Yes, of course, first of all, the intention behind the signal is as we've expressed, but also in multiple layers, simply for humans to receive, for humans to understand in both logical, intuitive, emotional, and energetic sensory mechanisms. So, by extending your consciousness out into the grid system, to extend your intention to connect with the object itself, to simply be a receptive radar of signal consciousness. All of these things are highly in alignment with how you can utilize the signal best. Now, to share what you receive from that signal, of course, is to your own discernment, discretion, and level of excitement. But the more humans who tap into that energy and share their own perspective, the higher the vibrational frequency of possibility occurs that others may hear the words resonate with the mental body and then activate their own intuition and internal understanding of said object.
Well, thank you so much, Ardif. It's very helpful to hear your perspective on that and the purpose of this, and so hopefully folks can release some fear and also move into curiosity about it.
Yes, of course, and as we've expressed, all things that pull your curiosity to the surface with excitement rather than that of fear are beneficial to you, whether you experience grand and great things or only very subtle things. All of your experiences met from the curiosity with action and interaction are rewarded for the growth of you as a person.
Well, thank you so much for the information, Aridif, and always for being available to share your perspective and being so receptive to shedding some light onto the things we ask about.
Yes, of course, it is truly our greatest excitement as well, recognizing all of you. Hold curiosity, openness, and excitement, and by opening that energy inside of your own heart and opening that energy inside of your chakra system, expanding your auric field to reach out into the grid system. This is how you are able to integrate deeper levels of understanding with all things that are connected to your Earth grid system and all things connected to your solar system, grid system, and all into the energy of the galactic form of grid system if you desire to expand that far as well. It is within your own feats of co creation to do so. We also wish to express not only that you are loved, but we love all of you as well. And of course, we bid you adieu.